Welcome viewers once again to my channel Fox Business. My name is Ofosu Godwin, a marketing professional and a marketing trainer. In this video, we're going to talk about how to develop new products. That is the new product development process. It could be a new business that is starting up and you want to develop ideas, or it could be an existing business that you want to develop new products by generating new ideas. Join me in this video as I take you through the various steps and processes, or the basic processes and steps to develop a new product, also known as the new product development process, or the NPD. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Don't forget to share, comment, and like. The new product development process goes through the following stages. So you can go through these stages to be able to develop a new product. The first one is idea generation. Idea generation. This is where different ideas are generated. Now, ideas are not like a tap that you can just open at any time and it flows. So when the various ideas comes down, you write the various ideas down. It will be an idea to start this. You need to first of all generate ideas, innovative ideas. So the innovative ideas then comes up. Now, it is up to you to brainstorm for ideas. Right? There are several sources that you can develop or get ideas from. By first of all researching. You can research customers. If you are to start from the greenfield, you can research from just the community or the society in which you are. Find out about what is missing. What are the gaps when it comes to products and services? You can go on the internet, research, go to reviews of various businesses and find out about what is really missing. Check out these reviews. If you're an existing business, you can also check out from your current customers. What are they buying frequently? What is actually missing, or what are some of the complaints they make that is missing out of your product? What are their suggestions? What are they suggesting about your product? Right? You can also do surveys and observations. This would depend on the type of industry that you want to go into, or the type of product or service that you want to produce. So you can, as a matter of fact, go through, all these customer complaints and all that to find out a lot about that. Also, you can also check out on competitors to see what competitors are missing out. What are the gaps in what competitors are offering? What do you think is missing in the market that you can provide? What are the gaps, right? What are the trends? What are people talking about that does not actually, or is not available on the market that people are talking about? Or it could be a already existing product that needs certain extra added services. Okay, so you think about all these things, you observe, and you also do what we call environmental scanning. You open your ears, your eyes, okay, to what is happening. You can even set Google alerts for related products that you want to develop and get updates on what people, as a matter of fact, are talking about, and what are the things that you think would actually benefit when you, as a matter of fact, produce a product to meet some of these needs and gaps on the market. So try to do a need analysis, find out about what is missing, look out for competition, what competitors are doing that you think you can also do something better to offer the market. And this will give you a lot of ideas. Put all these ideas down. Again, you should also consider certain factors, right, when generating the ideas. Target market. Which group of customers and what problem do they have that I can solve, right? Functionality of the product. Which function would the idea perform and solve? You can also take a look at what is called the Scamper Method in the idea generation stage. The Scamper Method will also help you to get to understand what ideas to come up with. So for example, when you take the Scamper Method, the S stands for substitute, right? What substitute can you come out with? Is it something getting obsolete that you can come out with something that the market will want? Adapt. Are there any changes in the market that you can produce something to adapt to? Modify. Is it something that already exists that you can modify either by reducing, enlarging it, or packaging it in a way that will, as a matter of fact, serve different purpose? Put to use. How many ways can the idea be used? Right, so we talk about product systems. Do I have an idea that can be used for so many other things? Let's take a look at the smartphone. Smartphones can do a whole lot of watching videos, sending tests, playing music, and doing a whole lot, capturing video, pictures, and all that. Right, so put to use. And then you're talking about eliminate. Trying or coming up with an idea that can eliminate something from the society. Okay, then you're talking about the last one, that is the R, reverse. How can the idea be reversed? Are you coming up with an idea that can be reversed, that can be reshaped, and so on and so forth? So the Scamper method can also be used in this stage of what idea generation. Now that you have a large number of ideas written down, it is important now to move on to the next stage. But it's always important, like I said earlier, an idea is not like a tap where you can just open for the idea to just flow. So anytime an idea comes out, you write the idea down. So you have now sets or pool of ideas to choose from. The next stage is what we call the idea screening stage. At this stage, it is up to you to separate the ideas that are feasible, or the ideas that can work, or the ideas that will make business sense, or the ideas that is possible that they can be commercialized. Okay, so which ideas are possible, which ideas are feasible, right? Now it's time for you to evaluate each of the ideas that you have placed on paper. It's up to you to consider several factors. For example, affordability. Do you have the budget to commercialize that particular, produce and commercialize that particular idea? How much does it require? What is the demand like? Is the demand seasonal? Is the demand, is it demanded for as a substitute? Are there various substitutes on the market, alternatives on the market? What will be your return on investment, profitability? Of course, profit, and then how much you invested and how much you are getting out of it. What is the market potential? Forecasted sales. How fast are you going to sell? How many units do you think you can sell? Right? Is there a lot of competition in the market? What is the level of competitor rivalry? Are there any substitute products? Are there suppliers that can supply with materials, component parts, ingredients, etc.? Do you have to import components, parts, raw materials? Do you have to make the materials yourself, lease, buy, or make, etc.? Will it also require transporting these materials over long period or long distances, etc.? So you need to take a look at all these things. So you also, as a matter of fact, do a SWOT analysis about the particular idea. Do you have the strength? Do you have what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? As in turning that idea into a product. What are the opportunities and threats out there? It is important to, at this stage, screen the most feasible idea based on these factors and many other factors. Is the idea workable? Can it solve a problem? What problem can it solve? How long can it solve a problem? Is it because the product is not even available or the market is underserved, so there's a gap for you to fill? You need to take a look at all these things. What is the sustainability of the particular segment that this idea would, as a matter of fact, offer solutions to? Will the market one day break off? And so on and so forth. So you do the idea screening here. And then as a matter of fact, you also tend to understand the fact that the ideas should be compared and not just mere comparison against certain, parameters. Now that the the best idea has been chosen, the ideas still need further scrutiny. So now we'll move on to the next, that is the concept development. So now the idea is now being moved into a concept. So the best idea is selected. Idea is now going to also be placed and further analyzed. Right. What are going to be the cost in terms of materials, like I said earlier on? What about the labor requirements? What are the machines required? Are you able to get the machines? How expensive are the machines? Can you afford the machines? Examine the concept into detail. Is it useful? Is it what customers want? Will consumers understand the concept? So you can further also, as a matter of fact, brainstorm and discuss with other people, within your circles. Sometimes you can be anonymous because people can pick your ideas. Okay, so in a way, you can find a way of, getting a small group and try to find out whether if they were to be given that particular product, how would they feel about the product? How would they use the product? Okay, so it is important to, as a matter of fact, further analyze the idea, and this is what the concept development phase and the concept phase is all about. The next stage is the business analysis stage. At this stage, you're going to find out whether the idea makes business sense. Is it possible business-wise? And what are the critical success factors in the business environment? Who is going to buy the product? How will it be used? What is the consumer behavior? Towards the particular product. What does consumers consider before buying the particular product? Right? And as a matter of fact, are there suppliers? And how long will it take to get supplies? Are there credible suppliers? You need to make sure that you ensure that you have right suppliers, because if you don't get the right suppliers, it may also affect the quality of your product. So you need to look at whether you're able to get the right suppliers that can provide you with high quality and also be very much consistent and reliable. At this stage too, you need to plan your marketing strategy. What is your market segment? What is your targeting? And what is your positioning against competitors or competing brands? So here you need to look at the product and how you are going to manage them. Are you going to develop other products in line with it? How many products are you going to produce within the portfolio? What is even the product life cycle? What is the life cycle of the particular product? How long will the product spend on the market until consumers no more want it and want to find, is it possible to extend the life cycle of the product? Right? And so on and so forth. Is it possible to move the product into other markets? As a matter of fact, what prices are customers willing to buy? How would the various factors affect pricing? For example, supplies, raw materials, and so on and so forth. What is your pricing objective? Do you want to produce an idea that is going to be a luxury product to create an image, etc.? You're also going to look at distribution. How will the product be distributed? How do you get the product to the customers at the right time, at the right place? It's going to be by delivery, it's going to be online, etc., and so on and so forth. What are the problems and challenges that you have in distributing the product? Will it require storage, such as freezing or heating, etc., or as it is being distributed around to customers and so on and so forth? You also need to look at other factors like how would you communicate the message about the product? What brand name are you going to use? Right? How will the brand name resonate with the customers out there? Which brand name is the best that will actually accentuate the product's value and so on and so forth? What advertising method are you going to use? Digital marketing or offline marketing? Are you going to use billboards? Would you one day go into exhibitions to exhibit your product? Sponsorship, etc. So you need to look at all of these things, how you're going to communicate the product to the market to create awareness, to persuade people, and to inform people about the product, and also to differentiate your product on the market. Right? How feasible it is going to be? What is going to be the production process? of the product, and so on and so forth. Now, that's thing we also look about or think about in the business analysis stage is what we call the pestle analysis or the pestle C analysis. You see, businesses operate in an environment, and some of these environments can be controllable, some cannot be controlled. Now, the pestle environment is uncontrollable, so you always need to think about it first. So, what are the political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental issues that will hamper or affect your product and its marketing one day? So what are political issues? Probably you would like to export to a particular country that does not have any good relationship with your country or international relationship with your country. You need to look at this. Political parties coming to power with different ideologies that may stifle businesses like your own. Talking about economic situations, inflation rate and pricing. Import and export substitution programs. You're talking about interest rate. What is the interest rate and so on and so forth, right? Income levels and so on and so forth. How will income levels affect your business and so on and so forth? You talk about taxes, etc. What are the tax levels in the country? Will taxes affect your pricing and your profit? Talking about social issues, changing lifestyle of customers. What is the lifestyle of the people? If you live in an area where people sleep early, by 8 o'clock they are asleep, opening a pub that targets people in the night will not be that feasible. So you need to look at that. What are the social issues, religious issues, cultural connotations, and so on and so forth, language, religion, and so on and so forth, family life cycle, and so on. If you need to look at all of these things, what is the effect of technology and how technology will also benefit you? How fast is technology going to change the face of the business? What laws will affect the business? Taxation laws, operating laws, and so on and so forth. Talk about environment. Is your business going to pollute the environment? Is it going to make noise, etc.? You need to look at all of these things. Look at competitors. Whether competitors have substitute products, what is the rivalry among the competitors, and so on and so forth. The next stage is the product development and prototype. Now your idea has passed the business analysis, and now you're about to develop the idea into a physical product or a service. So here the idea is turned into a product. So you have your various machine requirements, everything set to produce the various processes that you go through to produce the product. You need to also consider the customer. During the screening stage, we talk about customer needs, etc. So now the customer needs should be moving into the product features, the design, the shape, the color, ease of use. So you design. Sometimes you can design the product on a computer and see how it looks. You can even share it with team members to discuss what should be changed about it and what should be done about it, the color, the shape, the packaging, etc. Prototyping is also very important. You can produce a sample here and then try to check to see if there are any setbacks on the sample. The next stage is product testing. At this stage, you have produced a sample of the product or samples of the product, but you need to test the product and how it will work in the real market, right? So you need to do a pilot test. So you select a particular area and then introduce the product to test consumers' reaction. It will be as if you have produced a product and you are selling it in the real world. So the price, the product, type of advertising you use, distribution channels, all should be tested within that particular product. So the product is released to the real world within the target market to test how the product will perform. This is to obtain opinions about the product. If there are any issues, then you need to take them back and go back to the drawing board and restructure and replan to ensure that your product, as a matter of fact, is fit for purpose and can serve the needs that you have produced the product for. The last stage is commercialization and launch. At this stage, your product have passed the test, so it's now time to produce full scale. So you set up all your equipment that are required and all the processes that are required and all the interventions that are required to produce the product. So by that time, you have determined the number of volumes that you want to produce. So you produce the volumes that you want, and as a matter of fact, you will then align it to your pricing. You set your pricing, how you are going to communicate how you're going to distribute the product. Now, after you have produced the product, it's now time to launch the product, to outdoor the product. So with the launch, you can invite people, inform people about the launch, invite people. It could be some form of an event, with a launch party, etc., to bring people. You can even give people samples of product to test and try, and so on and so forth. The launch is some kind of is a way of introducing the product officially to the market, and this will, as a matter of fact, kickstart the product's marketing and sales on the market. Most people take advantage of the launch to also introduce a product, to do product trials for people to become adapted to the product. It is important in this particular process. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe, comment, like, and share, and watch out for my next video.